What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. In this video I thought that we would just chat, and I've had a lot of questions, and I've also seen just on internet forums, people asking what exactly does a beauty editor do, how do you become a beauty editor. So I thought in this video I would share with you rather my journey, how to become a beauty editor if you want to become one, how I became one, what the job entails, and yeah, let's just debunk some myths a little bit. So if you want to know all this and more, then keep on watching. How did I become a beauty editor? Now, my journey I don't think is the conventional way that you become a beauty editor. In my mind, if you want to become a beauty editor, you would study journalism, you would have some sort of a journalistic degree, and then you would work in a magazine or whatever publication that you want to work for, and that's pretty simple like that. In my case, I didn't start in that way. I actually started via the hospitality industry route. I studied BCom International Hospitality Management because that's what I wanted to do from like a very young age. I wanted to become like a chef, and then I wanted to then become a hotel manager. So I studied that, went for it, and got my degree. Went and worked for the Radisson Group. Worked for about 3 years, 4 years. And then at some point I just decided it wasn't for me. It wasn't an easy choice because I really loved, and I still really love, the hospitality industry. Even today, every time I go into a hotel, I'm just so excited, and I love, hotel development, and I love the general field of hospitality, and everything that I learned for it, I don't regret anything. But at that stage in my life, I felt like I wasn't being fulfilled fully in terms of what I wanted to do, especially fulfilled creatively. I had, a very creative streak. I had interest in fashion, I had interest in makeup, and I felt like I was letting all of those things out in different ways, and experimenting with my clothing, and experimenting with my beauty looks, my hair, and I just didn't feel like I was completely doing what I wanted to do every day. Like, it wasn't even a thing of, oh, I just don't want to do hospitality anymore. It really was a decision that I made just based on what I wanted to do in the future, how I wanted my life to be in the future. The thing about hospitality is that it is very, very labor intensive, time consuming. There are no holidays, there are no weekends, your time is not your own, and you basically at the service of other people. And for some people it's great. I know that a lot of people that I went to school with, only a few of us are still in the industry. Many of us have branched out into other areas. Some areas we didn't even know. Some are in real estate, some are just doing restaurants. So everybody has gone into a different field, and those that have stayed in hospitality or maybe doing lecturing, teaching, consulting, things like that. So it's definitely not in operations, which is where everyone starts, and that is the part where it just gets really intense. And you start thinking about, oh, if I one day have family, will I be able to see them on the weekends? Will I be able to pick up my kids, at 3 o'clock, or, things like that. So it was just really a life choice that I made. And yeah, then I decided to up and leave. At that time I was working in PE, and then I just decided to up and leave, and I moved to Joburg and had no plan. No plan whatsoever. I was like, I'm leaving and I will figure it out along the way. So I am now in Joburg, and I have just thrown all caution to the wind. I'm like, I'm going for it. So I went for it, and I was like, okay, so how am I going to get into, fashion magazines? How am I going to do that? In my mind, I was like, I don't have time to go and study again, so how am I going to do this and use what I basically have already at my disposal? And then I decided, well, I have to make money, so I'm going to go and take a job in retail, fashion retail. And I went and I applied for a job as a casual or a temp at Topshop, when we still had Topshop, RIP. And I got the job within like 2 days, and then I started working at Topshop, and I really was grateful for that experience as well, because I was still in something that was service related, so it wasn't very new to me. I was still working with people, still working with systems and all of that, but I was in an environment that was just fashion, and I was around a lot of creatives and people who were aspiring stylists, aspiring fashion designers, visual merchandisers, and it was just, for me, I was just like, yes, this is it. This is what I want to do. This is what I needed. And I learned a lot about, just from watching people, and about styling, and about, like visual merchandising, and how it kind of works on a small scale. But I was very eager to learn as much as I possibly could, and that's what I did. And then after a couple of weeks, I was like, I don't know. I don't think this is it, really. So I was still applying for magazine positions, and I ended up applying for a position as a beauty intern at Marie Claire. And I originally applied to be a fashion intern, and they came back and said, we only have a beauty intern spot available. Do you want it, yes or no? And I was like, I don't know anything about beauty. I don't know how to write about beauty. I don't know how to anything about beauty. I don't know what I want to do. I just know that I wanted a fashion internship, and that's not available, and all I have is this beauty internship. Do I take it and put my foot in the door, or do I say no? And I said yes. I said yes, and that was, I think, on like a Sunday or something. And on the Monday, I was driving to the offices to be interviewed for the job as an intern, and I interviewed, and tada, they were like, fine, you can start. And I think I started like the next day, or I think a few days, but within the same week. And I started bewildered to know what I just got myself into, scared, thinking, when you have like imposter syndrome, thinking, do they know that I don't know anything about beauty? What's happening? But I gave it a shot. I was like, it's an internship, so the basis of an internship is to learn. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to learn. I'm going to gain as much information as I possibly can, and be as useful as I possibly can. And that's what I did. That's exactly what I did. And I found that I was also using skills that I had acquired during my service days, because when you're interning, you're basically just doing lots of admin. You're sending emails, writing up credits, answering phone calls, packing boxes, packing cupboards, all of those things, which is, I was like, I got this. Long story short, I became a beauty intern, and after my internship, then I got offered a job to be a beauty assistant. After that, I then became a junior beauty editor, and then I ended up becoming a beauty editor eventually. Not everybody takes the same path, and that's okay. But as long as you know exactly what you want and you're willing to work really hard for it, then you can do whatever you want, which is really cool. So what does a beauty editor do? So I feel like a lot of people don't really know what we do, and some people kind of have an idea, but we're like, I'm not sure. But basically what a beauty editor does, you are responsible for producing beauty content for whatever publication that you are working at, whether it be digital or print, whatever the case may be. You need to be on top of all the beauty trends and know what is happening within the beauty space, be it skincare, makeup, social, cultural issues, environment. These days there's so many factors that are influencing beauty and how we are consuming beauty. So it's really important to keep abreast of all those things, and it's very exciting as well, because it's really exciting for me because there's just so much. Like, beauty is not just about one thing. It's not just about the latest lipstick or what is the shade of the year, things like that. It's really more involved than that, which makes it really exciting. You need to know about climate change and how that affects how people are making beauty products. You need to know about people being more conscious about sustainability, more conscious about wellness, and how that is affecting the beauty products and the brands that we are consuming and that we like. You need to know about inclusivity all across the board, in fashion, in beauty, everywhere really. So that's what I really love about my job, is that it just allows you to be so aware of so many different topics and different industries, and then you basically kind of see how that all comes together and how that relates to your industry, so that you can kind of see how things are moving and what direction they're moving in, so that you can be better informed about what the next thing is. Because I do feel that as publications that people read, and as the people that are behind those publications, we definitely need to know what the next is. Misconceptions of my job. I always feel like people think that all beauty editors just get product and that's it. Like, it's like, oh, you just get free things, just get products, it's nice. Like, yes, we do get products, but for me, products to me is my job. Products to me are the tools that I need to do my job. So products are there for us to test, to try, to put through their paces, to write about, to create pages, to create content, to touch and feel. You can't write about something or have an opinion about something that you haven't tried, and that's what products are to me. It's not a freebie. There's a lot of work that goes behind it, a lot of writing, a lot of hours writing, a lot of planning, a lot of reading, a lot of attending different launches and events, which people also think that's all we do, but it's not. We attend those for a reason, because we are building relationships, we are getting information, we are interviewing experts, all those things. So that's what we do. We are, at the end of the day, writers and journalists, and that is the basis of it. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I hope that this was informative. I hope that it has answered some questions that you might have had. If you do have any more, please do leave them in the comments, and I will be sure to answer them. And I know I've had a request to show you guys what I do in a day, which I will definitely try to do, because I don't think I'm a vlogger, but I will see what I can do. But yes, thank you very, very, very much for watching. I hope that you've enjoyed it, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.